Okay, so you know how it is being the only lady of five siblings, and you're the last born, and the elder ones are four boys, and you are learning design or you are learning whatever you are learning, and you come back on Sunday and they are resting, and you are the one that has to go to the kitchen, but at the same time you still have to learn your space. Who has gone through that before? Oh, how did you feel? Right? So these people like you are who these words are for, that even when things go or don't go the way you want it to go, you are doing beautifully well. It doesn't matter what part of the tech space you are. But the good one, the bad one, the ugly one, you have it all figured out, and that you are doing beautifully well. And you should not stop. And for our young girls, these fresh faces, yeah, we are telling you that we want you people in the tech space. We want you people to also do wonders here. We are going to be we are going to be the grandmaster of tech very soon, and you all are going to be the one that will be wowing the world with whatever you want to do. So I once had too much power, and I wish or hope that you understood what she said, not just the clicking of fingers, please. Thank you. So up next, we are having Tai Nehise. Now, let me give you a wonderful story about Tai. Tai is the CEO of Organizely, and like I said, she's also the sponsor, or one of the big sponsors for TechHerFest. And she's just an outstanding, beautiful woman or black woman who understands the struggle of being a black woman. And she wants to give us a word about A to Z of running a tech startup, being that she's one of the big preachers of, content and what it is. So just sit down, because we'll be projecting the screen. So she's not currently in Nigeria, so she will be giving us our own, words from out of sea. So enjoy.
I felt like I could hear my voice just now. Can y'all hear me? Wonderful. I'd love to see everyone. If I could see the crowd, I would love to. My name is Tarakwa Tektai Nihisi, and I am the founder and CEO of Organizing. I am a gold sponsor of the TechHerFest conference, and I'm so excited to speak to all you ladies and gentlemen in the audience today. I just want to start by thanking the entire Her Tech Trail Foundation, all of its members, Miss Gloria, all staff members for putting on such a fabulous event. I hope everyone is having a wonderful time. This is actually the third year in a row that I've spoken at a Her Tech Trail event, and I am as excited as I was on the very first time that I've done this. So I am looking forward to seeing all of you. Hopefully, you can see me and hear me. I'm coming to you live from the United States, and I'm ready to go. So I'm going to talk to you today about the A through Z of being a tech founder and managing a tech business. And I really want people to understand that entrepreneurship is definitely a career path. Working for someone else is not for everyone. There are problems to be solved, and there are wonderful people with the solutions to do it. Just like Miss Gloria seeing that there was a need in starting her tech trail to properly empower and educate African women in the tech industry. So if you have an idea, if you are thinking about becoming an entrepreneur of a tech enabled business or a tech business, there's only a slight difference in there, then I say do it, go after it. All right. So I'm going to get my presentation up, and I just want to confirm that everyone can hear me. Can you hear me? Thank you so much. So let me go ahead and start my presentation, and let's go. So as I mentioned, I am the founder and CEO of Organizely. And what we do is we're generating customized toolkits to support the future of work and new majority learners. And that basically means that we want to make sure that the future of work is inclusive of everyone that's participating in it. And new majority learners are people that are include traditional learners, but also non-traditional. If you are someone who is on the spectrum when it comes to learning disability, or you might be neurodivergent, and a new term that I learned this week is someone who is neurodivergent who has ADHD. They and they describe themselves as neurodynamic. So if you are neurodynamic as well as neurodivergent, may or may not have a learning disability, or you just have a different thought process, we want to make sure that there's a toolkit that supports your learning for the future. So, like I mentioned, my name is Tech Ty, and I've said this already. I'm a founder and CEO of Organizely, and I consider myself a technologist and learning engineer as I've been building tools for teaching for a very long time. And now my focus is really on adult learners, making sure that they have the tools. Born, raised, and based in Brooklyn. Little just give you a little flavor right there. In Brooklyn, New York, in the States, and I rep it very hard. And I recently moved to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and it's a place where we're rebuilding Black Wall Street. If you've ever heard of it, you know. If you haven't heard of Black Wall Street, look it up. So what I'm really interested in is supporting career starters, like some of you in the audience, as well as career changers. And I really believe in team. I spend a lot of time cultivating team, making sure that there's team synergy, because it's very important to me in building my startup that everyone's voice is heard, everyone gets a chance to add their piece, their spice, their contribution to the jollof, and so we get a tasty meal, which is our product. And I'm a considerate leader. I think that in building team, I am considerate and compassionate yet firm. So not a pushover, but definitely care about what everyone thinks and how we make this product more cohesive, because it's not just about me, it's about we. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of background for those of you who have heard from me before in past Her Tech Trail Foundation chats. You did like, oh, this lady again. And I'm like, I know, right? But I just want to tell you a little bit about my story before we move forward. I graduated from college in 2008, had a really tumultuous start to my career. If some of you remember 2008, it was the start of a global financial crisis. So graduating university at that time, my job opportunities, those options were severely limited because of the burst in the housing bubble, specifically in America, and then a lot of other world events that made the entire world kind of slip off the edge. It was a pressing and difficult time, but tough times don't last, tough people do. So in that, I had to find my own ways to upskill, which means continuing my professional development, my education based on the path that I was on, and then reskill, learning a totally new skill to move in a totally new direction. So in doing that, I done a few boot camps, just like y'all have done boot camps. So you're thinking about doing boot camps, specifically the programs that Her Tech Trail offers. But mine was not as comprehensive, and I felt like there was something missing in terms of helping the transition go from being in the program to actually doing the job that I was training for. So I spent about 10 hours of work creating a product because I'm a builder, I'm an engineer. And I'd also formerly worked at Atlassian. Shout out Mr. Alex, because I did a chat with some of his Atlassian community members last year. So shout out Mr. Alex and Atlassian, the community. And from there, I just built this dashboard that you see in front of you on Trello. This dashboard was my first foray into building a digital product that not only helped me, but I knew would help others. And I just took a little time and put this all together. And I was just like, if I need this, someone else needs it. And I was right because I was able to sell it right away for 50 US dollars to other colleagues. So here I am having an idea that solves a problem and then using modern technology tools to create a solution that I can deploy and disperse. And for free at that. My Trello account was free, is free, will continue to be free. They got enough money, they don't need any from me. So you're seeing the very first iteration of the Organizely Toolkit that was hosted on Trello. Then from there, I said, I want to do a little bit more. I want to make it a little bit more expansive. So I looked for another tool, free, if you can't see me winking, and translated the Trello toolkit, and it's in the background here, as you see, as a background image. And I turned it into a toolkit hosted on Notion because I wanted it to have a little bit more verve and expand it. So I went from one product to a second iteration of a product. And now with the support and assistance of an amazing team, I'll get to them later, we have a full-fledged website. And I really hope that everyone in the audience today and those that you're interacting outside of TechHerFest, that you would go to getorganizely.com and join our waitlist. And actually, I saw about 52 people sign up for our waitlist while I was waiting to come speak to y'all. So to all of you, thank you so much. Thank you. You're the best, but you already know that. And my phone is not going off, so I think there are more people that are signing up for our waitlist. I thank you again. So when I talk about entrepreneurship, I want people to think about the fact that there are always going to be problems. There are always going to be issues. There are always going to be places where there is resistance or hesitance. And that's not a bad thing. How we interact with the world and how we show up in the world is unique to who we are. We might be similar, but we have our uniqueness. And if you're feeling like there is a problem, there's an issue that needs to be addressed, then this is the time. It is simpler than ever to start a business. I'm not saying that it's still not difficult, but it is simpler than ever to spin up a website, to get some data, have a survey and deploy it to get information. And that is one of the big things that I want budding and aspiring entrepreneurs to know about, is to use the tools that are available to you. Right now, there's a lot of chat about ChatGPT and OpenAI. And we all know that Sam Altman, who is the founder and CEO, was ousted about a half a day ago. But we'll get into that later or at another time. But ChatGPT, Bard, and all of the AI that is available to us can help us move faster and cheaper and better. So the way I started on Trello and moved to Notion, and then now having a fully fledged site that I'm building out in a web application as well as a mobile application, I'm using the tools that are available to me. And one way I do that is that I search every single quarter for a list of productivity tools, because I know that there's some other entrepreneur that is already solving a problem that I may have or I will have that will help me move faster, cheaper, and better. And people are always aggregating lists that will allow me to get this information. I don't know if some of you are alive prior to us having search engines, but prior to Google, prior to Bing, whatever, Ask Jeeves, whatever your preference is, it was a lot harder to search and source and disseminate information and distribute it. And now we're all connected. I'm on this feed with you right now from America and I'm showing up in Port Harcourt, Nigeria. What's up? You know, so let's use the tools that we have access to. Also, I regularly set up Google Alerts because it lets me know what is going on in the space in the industry that I'm building my business. Without me having to be so manual, I get these regular alerts and I'm like, okay, I'm a first mover in my space, but there's someone who's doing something similar or tangential. Or you know what? I'm learning that, okay, her Tech Trail Foundation is empowering and educating African women, specifically in Nigeria, and branch out from there. So they may be a collaborator, they may be a possible partner because we can't do it alone. No person is self-made. I mean, no person is people can be self-made, but no person has built something from the ground up to the top to like the skyscrapers by themselves. We need people. So look for collaborators, look for partners, because there's an old African proverb. It's we don't know who said this, but it's like if you want to go, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. So I welcome you and I going together by collaborating. Also, I think it's really great to identify companies that you want to emulate, that you find are inspiring, and follow them. Follow their blogs, follow their LinkedIn page for their updates. Because as people grow, human beings just naturally tell stories. Human beings just naturally share information. That's why the World Wide Web has taken over like it has. The internet is ubiquitous anytime, any place, anywhere, because we share as human beings. So you'll always get a little tidbit about what they built or what where they had some resistance, some conflict, and how they overcame it and how they pivoted. And it may be the reading you need just at the time that you need it. Now, there's some tools that I have on our screen, and these are just some of the tools that I really enjoy. And if you're familiar with Product Hunt, it's a great place to find up and coming founders as well as companies. I like AppSumo as well. They have great deals, LTDs, long term deals where you buy software one time and it helps them raise money. But as they grow, as the product expands, you still get access to it after paying that one time. Recently, also, I went to a conference. It's called Afrotech. This was my fifth attendance, and this was the eighth year that it's been hosted. And Microsoft was there as a sponsor and had a dinner. And I attended it briefly, and they had a product that I signed up for, which was Microsoft Startup Founders Hub. And I got accepted after applying, and there were so many benefits, including free credits to use OpenAI, redeeming credits for access to LinkedIn, sales navigator tools, all of that. So I know that we live in different places, we have different access to different tools, but I would really look at the major companies, the tech companies, because they're expanding who has access to what, and there are tons of accelerators. Google has more and more accelerators on the continent to help build African businesses. More and more accelerators and incubators that not only provide you with mentorship, partnership, resources, but also money, that cash money, Naira, USD, you know, Great British Pounds Sterling, all of that. So I recommend, we really reaching out and sourcing the tools. So when I think about how I have grown over the last 2.5 years, my business from a simple toolkit hosted on Trello to now a website that is hosting literally a sign up list, a wait list, getting ready to deploy and launch, it's like mind blowing. But in that, I made sure to plan and constantly review. I write everything down, and I'm going to show you. This is my newest business journal. I just started this one October 20th because I finished up this one for the year already. It's very important to write things down because you never know what can happen in life and what can happen in business. And then oftentimes when I look at my past journals, I'm like, oh my goodness, I said I was going to do this. I did this. It may not have been in the same timeline, but I did it and I got it done. Or may not have the same pathway, but it got done. So I'm a very organized person, hence the name Organizedly for my business. But in planning and a review, these are just some basic sections that I think would be helpful for a budding tech entrepreneur is to think about the product. Have your lists where you're thinking, okay, what my digital product is a toolkit. So what could that toolkit look like? That product could be inclusive of design. I am not a designer. I have access to great designers and chief a great designer, so but I still have ideas. I still have ruminations about how I think it should show up, how I think the experience should be. So I have a list that is just for product that is sometimes inclusive of design and and then there's design as well. But that is not my expertise, so I leave that to the experts. And then I think about marketing. I have not been really big on marketing because I'm a salesperson. So I was able to sell my toolkit right away, starting with $50 to my colleagues and then $7,000 to Amazon Web Services from a pilot program that I was in and didn't finish because I created this company and I sold it to them. And I was for the same 10 hours of work that it took me to create my first toolkit. So from $50 to $7,000, I didn't necessarily think I needed a marketing plan because I was selling directly to the people I knew that needed it. But here I am getting ready to launch a platform, and marketing is important. So I've been writing down my ideas over the years and I go back to them. I think it's extremely important to have a financial plan. This year, I've had to really expand how I run my business because I've expanded my team. And I'll show you my team very soon. And I had to think about, okay, what monies from my savings am I going to pull? What amount of monies from my tech consultant job am I also going to pool with my savings? And then also looking for accelerators and incubators that have non-dilutive capital to provide to help me really accelerate this business. And because I'm self-funded, I really had to think about, all right, how much can I spend to do this and take care of all of my bills and have a roof over my head and all of the basic needs as well as the things that I need, like getting my nails done. If you know, you know. So having a financial plan allows you to really think about how your business can scale. I think a lot of times people have plans for a lot of other holistic things about the business and are not thinking about how you're going to make money. It's okay to make money, especially if you are very focused and committed on providing value. It's okay to make money. I need to pay my engineers. I need to pay my people because they're providing value to others. And really, it helps me to see how far I can go and how fast I can go with my team. An operational plan, and this is the last one. Well, I'm going to get into a couple more. An operational plan, you just need that. You just need that. I want to get into personal care. I think that a lot of founders, entrepreneurs, freelancers, permalancers, and just people that want to do their own thing because our time is our own and we're not focused in the traditional work setting of working from this hour to this hour, and being supervised. We supervise our own time. We do not prioritize our personal care. um, there's a big buzzword of self care, and that's wonderful. But I like to use personal care because I will definitely take care of myself. I'm a yogi, almost 25 years strong. Haven't done yoga in like 2 months, but don't tell anybody. I'm working on it. But personal care, because not only do I need yoga for my life and kind of my balance and grounding, I also need prayer. I also need to journal. I need to interact with my loved ones. I need to be around people that care about me and pour into me and into my cup, especially because I'm always pouring out of my cup to give to other people and build what I'm trying to build. So it's very important to plan personal care. This past year, I made sure to plan a birthday trip and an end of the year trip because I knew I was going to go hard this year. I was really going to move my business from, I don't think I'm at A. Let's say I was at D at the beginning of 2023. And I was like, I need to get to L. I really need to move. And I feel like with approximately 5 weeks left in this year, I am close to L, very close to L. So I wanted to make sure, not only just to reward myself, but to make sure that I pour from a full cup, that I plan a trip for my birthday and an end of the year trip because I knew I was going to really push through. And lastly, what I want to talk about is professional development. Everyone in the audience and anyone and everyone that is viewing from the Facebook link, you're doing that right now, professional development. Going to conferences, networking with colleagues in your industry or the industry you want to be in, at the companies you want to join. If you are not specifically looking into entrepreneurship, or companies that you may want to partner with or may become your first clients, it's very important to seek out professional development and go to conferences like TechHerFest. This is where you get the cheat codes, that allow you to springboard. I'm telling you how it worked for me and how it didn't work for me. So hopefully the things that work for me may work for you, because I'm sharing those with you. And hopefully the places where I had pitfalls or missteps, you at least know how to identify them now. So if you have them, you can circumvent them and move faster and go farther. So if you learn anything from me, have lists, get organized in that way, write everything down, speak it into existence, because you can do it and manifest the mess out of it. So this year was a build year for me. And what that meant was that I needed a talented team. I am a founder, and as a founder, I'm a solo founder. And here in America, there are really great organizations that provide services for this founder ecosystem. However, it's a bit more difficult. Not saying that it can't happen, but it's a bit more difficult when you're a solo founder, because people don't just invest in companies and in startups, they invest in the teams. Ideas a dime a dozen, but why you? Why this team? Why these people specifically? Why are you able to build what tons of people are trying to build, or tons of people have not tried to build or tried and failed? So,
Hello, 1, 2. Testing mic. Hello, 1, 2. Okay, the mic is working. So, Port Harcourt Village people is at work. So they've swallowed the network.
Why is everywhere so quiet?
any questions, any concerns, I want to open
Okay,
that up.
okay.
And also,
All right.
thank you so much for listening to me today. I have so much more to share, but I'm conscious of time. And please do sign up for our wait list. There is much to share and tell about organizing her Tech Trail Foundation. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I hear applause.
actually.
Let's give it up for Organizely, TechHerFest. Have we forgotten our theme already? TechHerFest.
Yeah.
TechHerFest. Okay. So my co-host here wants to brief us on Organizely once more. So I'll hand it over to her.
Okay. Oh, I'm the co-host. Nice. So, I think we've preached about Organizely a lot. Hi. Oh, she's still waving. Oh! So we've preached about Organizely, and like we said, is about open source for you to also put up. Like, you are all working in different digital space. You are also going to, like, you can actually get, you can be paid teaching people what you know. So this is you saying, okay, I know about this. You make proper research about it to help other people, like, outsource it, help other people know what you know. And by that, we are also, creating the next generation of tech people that is going to wow the world, and make it beautiful. And you all did really well. I want to say a round of applause because you made sure that that place felt the heat. Yes, but I also want to tell you, it's not just by going to that barcode, also engage with Organizely on LinkedIn. And Organizely is pronounced there Orga. I'm wearing glasses. Organizely. Yes, that's how it's pronounced. So follow them on LinkedIn, very active. And also I want you to know that we want you to engage with Organizely because trust me, they have a lot to offer. And back to our host.